So my first question to you is, why do you find Swaraj worth telling on the screen?
The history of India from the invasion from the West has never been actually filmed or never been told in depth. And, the Portuguese arrived in 1498. Vasco da Gama arrived on the shores of Calicut. And since then, till the independence of India, which is 1947, it took nearly 250 years for the foreign invaders to invade us, to plunder us, to take all our riches away. As you would be aware that India was one of the richest countries when, the Portuguese and the British found the existence of India. Before that, they had never actively traded with India. India was obviously open to trade, but they came with intentions beyond trade, and they plundered, they looted, and they, by the time they left in 1947, they left a country from where we built on. So it took nearly 250 years for them to, finally 1757 is Battle of Plassey, where the East India Company finally started to rule, and then it took 190 years for us to then get ourselves off the British Empire, the East India Company, and then the British Empire. So the story is a vast and a very big story, which I think, and from all nooks and corners of India, people fought against these invaders. And that's a great story for people, and especially today's new generation, to know, the roots that they come from, the culture that we are, how we fought the British, and how selflessly so many freedom fighters gave up their lives for India.
Right, sir. Okay, sir. So the next question is, what were the challenges you faced while making it?
Well, filming 450 years of history with various different, European invading countries such as, Portuguese, Dutch, French, East India Company, British, then, various different regions over various different years with various different freedom fighters fighting. That means you casting, the costumes, the recreating the whole environment through visual effects, special effects, as well as sets, costumes, the language that you use. All of this takes a lot of research and a lot of time, a lot of effort. And I guess that's been the biggest challenge of Swaraj as a series. We will be telling 75 stories. So 75, as you would call, mini films, which is spanning over 450 years of history.
Right, sir. Okay, so what was the research done in pre-production phase while?
So we have a active research team of over 10 people that work out of Delhi. They do visual research, they do research from the archives, they do research from various different sources. It's not easy to dig up stuff from 1498, right? That's nearly over 500 years ago. To be able to, dig up stuff which is even references, which are visual references, is quite difficult. You have to go to, you have to deep dive into research. I think it's been a fantastic research team led by Ashutosh ji in Delhi. And I think, we have so far only reached filming half the show. We have another half of the show still left to film. So we have a long way to go, long road ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so what are some interesting behind the scene moments you have gone through while making it?
I think every day is interesting behind the scene moment. There are so many different moving pieces in production for a show like this, such as, we shoot with animals like horses, such as we shoot with guns, such as we shoot with cannons, we shoot with swords, with fighters, we shoot dramatic sequences with lots and lots of different elements from that time and era. So obviously, all these pieces coming together would land up in huge amount of challenges and behind the scene moments. And I guess, like I said earlier, I'd be very happy to invite you on our sets any day for you to see and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, so next question is what important part storytelling and narrative style plays in this Swaraj?
We are recreating, sometimes we're recreating 1505, sometimes we're recreating 1630, sometimes we're recreating 1750, sometimes we're recreating 1857, sometimes we're recreating 1897. And now we'll start creating modern India, which is, after the first Battle of Independence, 1857. So lots of it is going to be recreating of stuff such as the streets of Calcutta, Lahore, Lucknow, Delhi, length and breadth of India, South India, all ships, guns, battles. So filming so much it's a great learning experience, but it needs a lot of precision, a lot of prep. So we believe that we are giving our teams a lot of time to prep so that they're able to film and recreate these different times and spaces and eras effectively.
Right. Okay, okay. So this is it. I come up with the last question. How was your collaborating experience with Doordarshan?
It's fantastic because I guess more than anything, this is a national project of national prestige. We will be documenting, our side of how we saw the Western invasions. And, we were plundered and we were looted. Isn't it sad that the Kohinoor that is taken away from us, we have to go to London and pay money to see what is ours? And lots of this, lots of, our riches that have been taken away from us is something that the West needs to answer for. And I guess we will be able to make a show where Indians will realize that this was and is a very great nation, had a lot of riches, will have a lot of riches, but we were looted and plundered, and it was the West that did this to us. We must be wary. History always teaches us a lesson. So we must be wary for the future. We must be ready for the future. And we must collaborate for sure, but we must also ensure that we protect our own turf. And I guess Swaraj is a story which takes you through the history of India. It also takes you through the pain of India, and it also takes you through the heroes of India who fought back selflessly for India and our independence and the free India that we find ourselves in.
Right, right, sir. So yeah, that's it with the interaction. I hope you make more series or documentaries like that, which keep inspiring youngsters of India. Thank you, sir. I had a great time with you. Thank you.